Welcome back to RBC After Class. Today on Second Act, we'll be interviewing Emily Rassel. She is a pediatrician and a former dancer with Richmond Ballet and Pennsylvania Ballet. I hope you enjoy.
I danced for the Richmond Ballet as an apprentice for 2 years, and then for Pennsylvania Ballet too for 1 year after training at SAB with the renowned Ashlee Stewart. And now I am a pediatrician at University of Michigan.
When did you know you wanted to pursue a career in dance?
So I'm told that when I was 3, my dad asked me what I wanted to be when I grow up. And I was like, Dad, I'm a ballerina. Like, we've already figured this out. I'm a ballerina, and that's what I'm going to do. So I loved it as a little girl, and really just kind of like that was what I had my heart set on, and was just very much on that track.
What did you love most about dance?
Looking back, I think for sure the athleticism and getting my body to do what I wanted it to do. There's a certain freedom in that, in growing in your technique with the music every day. I also just loved the glamour of it. I loved performing, the makeup, the costumes, I loved the aesthetics of ballet.
What types of people succeed in ballet?
I think that everything takes a foundation of talent, right? And then on top of that, it's people with grit and hard work.
Do you think these traits translate well to other fields?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think there's a certain type of discipline that's unique to dance, and that people in dance cultivate at a young age and then can successfully apply to have success in other fields.
What advice do you have for young dancers, and is there anything you wish you had done differently?
I think looking back, I've always been a perfectionist, and I think that a lot of people who are attracted to the aesthetic of ballet either develop some perfectionism or are already perfectionists. And looking back, I think that my perfectionism might have held me back a little bit in terms of my artistry. Nothing's ever going to be perfect, and now I've accepted ways to move forward and kind of embrace that more. And I wonder how my dancing would be different if I had reached that level of maturity while I was dancing. For me, I think it might have been more freeing. There are times when if I didn't do something right, I wouldn't even stay on the music, right, in class, because I would fight it or want to adjust. And looking back, it's like I could do such amazing things and had such talent. I wish I had recognized that and enjoyed that more in the moment. Of course, there were times that I did, and moments on stage where you just forget everything and lose yourself. And I think that if I had been less of a perfectionist and more accepting of myself, that I might have had that more often and had that in class more often.
I tell my dancers all the time, the dance that moves me the most is not an extreme form of dance that we see on YouTube, or what gets the most likes or people are gawking at. It's that very vulnerable dance quality where someone's just like stripped everything away and is so honest in their dance. Like that moves, like I get the chills. I can't look away. I really think that is dance's essence, and that's what we need to focus on, and not being contortionists or extreme people. We are humans and we're all unique, and I think that if we can really understand that piece, I think that the dance culture can move forward in such a positive way.
Right, because it completely shifts the focus
Mhm.
from like every iota of technique and every transition and every line at any moment to the music and to the heart behind it, right? Like the technique is a vessel of the heart and the humanity there.
Yeah.
And when you're keeping up with the music and feeling the movement, you're going to be more honest. You're going to be able to express.
I think that's beautiful. Do you have a personal philosophy or mantra that you live by?
I think you know mine.
What is it?
I mean, I'm trying to think of like what I honestly live by, and I think that's carpe diem.
Carpe diem.
So sometimes that means being vulnerable. A lot of times it means showing up. Sometimes it means having fun, but it always to me has meant always doing my best, right? We have limited opportunities that present themselves. So sometimes it means making sure that I studied to present myself well for whatever exam it is, or doing the work beforehand to make the most of a performance, or carpe dieming and going out with friends and enjoying that, just being there for people and making the most of this life
Mm.
every day, every moment.
How has your life as a dancer helped your life as a doctor?
So I think my life in dance kind of positioned me very nicely to figure out my next steps. Um, I was injured that last year I was dancing, and Pennsylvania Ballet 2 didn't renew my contract. And I kind of was at this crossroads, like, do I move to New York and heal and keep doing auditions and try to get into another company, um, or kind of like make the most of this time when things aren't going my way? And applied to Columbia and thought I'll heal and start doing classes, and eventually, like, maybe when my dance career is over, go into physical therapy, because my physical therapist meant the world to me, and I was always very interested in that, in understanding our body and injuries and healing. And I thought that being in New York would be would allow still open doors for dance if I wanted that. And then once I was in school, I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much I don't know and so much I have to figure out. And I want to know all of it. And if I become a doctor, I get to learn everything.
Mm.
And um, I already had instilled in me like that drive to succeed, because you cultivate that every day in ballet. And I had discipline, and I saw myself as someone who could achieve. I think that in terms of getting into medical school, that experience in dance was something that probably the admissions committees valued. It turns out that medical schools and schools in general, like people who have dance backgrounds, they know that we work hard and have had that experience in the arts. That's, like another diverse perspective for the class.
What are the benefits of dance education?
Oh my gosh, there's so many, so many. Um, there's nothing that draws you to the moment and has kind of like applied focus and concentration like dance, because of the music and because it's so detailed. So I think that's actually like a really healthy mental practice,
Mm.
and that mental discipline can be applied to anything. And then it also trains the body.
Mm.
When you're used to feeling good in your body, and doing a lot with your body, you take care of your body for a lifetime, which people who are healthy have happier lives. Can you blow Miss Ashlee a kiss?
Thanks for watching.